Hello and welcome to Daily News in AI Agents. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Jordan. It's great to be with you today, rounding up the biggest stories in the world of artificial intelligence.
And what a week it has been. We're going to be talking about a major copyright clash that looks like a scene out of a movie, the race to build superintelligence, and what happens when big tech executives join the US Army.
A very packed show, so Alex, where should we begin?
Let's start with a headline that's almost too wild to be true. Wall-E with a gun. This comes just a week after Disney and Universal hit the generative AI company Midjourney with a massive copyright lawsuit.
That's a bold move. So, what exactly is Midjourney doing? Are they poking the bear on purpose?
It certainly seems that way. Their brand new V1 video tool is now able to generate video clips of iconic characters. We're talking about Shrek, Deadpool, you name it. The timing is, to put it mildly, provocative.
It feels less like a bug and more like a feature of their strategy. It also highlights this huge, unresolved issue at the heart of generative AI: the training data. This connects directly to another story we saw about bad vibes and legal questions around AI training data, right?
Exactly. As this trend of vibe coding, where developers use natural language to program, goes mainstream, these AI models need enormous knowledge bases to function. Companies are scraping everything they can find to train their AI co-pilots, and the legal frameworks are struggling to keep up.
So, on one hand, you have Midjourney brazenly using famous characters, and on the other, you have this systemic rush to consume data that is, more often than not, copyrighted. It's a collision course.
It really is. And while that legal battle plays out, the technical ambition is only getting bigger. This brings us to our next big topic, Jordan, the quest for superintelligence.
Ah, yes, the term everyone is using. Meta just announced a major investment in Scale AI and is building its own superintelligence research lab. So, the big question from Uncanny Valley this week was, what even is superintelligence?
That's the multi-trillion-dollar question. It's not just about an AI that's a little smarter than us. The idea is an AI that can radically outperform the most brilliant and gifted human minds in practically every field, from science and creativity to social skills.
And that ambition isn't just happening in a vacuum, it's part of a global competition. I was fascinated by that Bloomberg piece asking, can Europe win the AI race?
It's a great question. While Silicon Valley dominates the headlines with these moonshot projects, the article points out that a quiet AI revolution is happening across Europe. They have billion-dollar startups and a growing focus on so-called sovereignty in technology.
That's interesting, Alex. It suggests a different strategy. Maybe less focused on a single, godlike superintelligence and more on targeted, regulated, and secure AI that serves specific industries. It's a different philosophy.
It is. And as we see here on Daily News and AI Agents, these different philosophies are now playing out in some very unexpected places, including the military.
Okay, you have to tell me about this. The story about big tech executives joining the army sounds like the plot of a sci fi movie. Who are we talking about here?
We're talking about some very big names. Meta's Chief Technology Officer, Andrew Bosworth, who is better known as Boz, along with leaders from OpenAI and Palantir, have all joined a special U.S. Armed Forces detachment.
Wow, so what's their mission? Are they coding on the front lines?
Their goal is to help make the U.S. military leaner, smarter, and more lethal. Essentially, they're consultants, tasked with accelerating the adoption of cutting-edge AI and modern tech practices within the armed forces. It's a powerful sign of how deeply intertwined national security and AI development have become.
That makes sense. And in a way, the military is facing a problem that a lot of large enterprises have, just with much higher stakes. They're drowning in data.
That's a perfect transition. An article from Big Dat Hour this week highlighted how Discover is targeting this blind spot in enterprise data. Most companies don't even know what data they have. It's just years of accumulated digital debris, emails, logs, scans, and videos.
And you can't build effective AI agents on a foundation of chaos. That's where companies like Pure Storage come in. They just unveiled an enterprise data cloud to try and unify all that storage and data management.
Exactly. It's the foundational work. You have to organize your data before you can hope to leverage AI. And it's not just about organization, it's also about security and control.
Which brings us to another key trend: the push for local, secure AI. A recent webinar from ODSC featured Sean Tracy from Expanso, who talked about running large language models securely on your own systems using open source tools.
It's the other side of the coin to the giant, cloud-based superintelligence race. It's about empowerment and security at a smaller, more controlled scale. And of course, none of this happens without the people behind the scenes. Big data aware named Rajesh Gupta of UC San Diego, a person to watch for his work in high-performance computing.
That's right, he's one of the people building the supercomputers that power this whole revolution. It all connects, from the hardware to the data, to the AI models, and finally, to these huge cultural and geopolitical questions.
From Wally with a gun to tech execs in the army, it's clear the world of AI agents is moving faster than ever and impacting every part of our society.
It truly is. The lines between technology, culture, business, and national security are blurring more every day. It's what makes following this space so compelling.
Well said, Jordan. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to Daily News and AI Agents.
We'll be back next time with more of the latest news and analysis. Have a great day.